Hello YouTube! Today I'm here to show you a little bit of cloud computer gameplay, meaning that I'm about to log into a cloud machine that I created using a combination of a Paperspace server and Parsec software. And I actually put that machine together in a previous video, so if you're interested in how to get this all set up, look for that other video and you'll see the step-by-step guide for everything that you'll need to get that going. But today I've got that machine set up. I went ahead and I downloaded a copy of Star Wars Battlefront 2 to that computer, and I'm going to show you guys. So we're going to jump in through Parsec, and I've got it right here, and I haven't even opened it, so you're going to see everything from scratch. And I probably will make a couple tweaks to the game just to get things flowing well for streaming, and then I'll show you some actual gameplay. So what you guys will see here in this video is what I actually see at my house when I'm streaming the game to myself. Now the server that I'm connecting to is located somewhere in New York, and I'm physically located in Ohio. So this will give you a pretty good idea of what it's like to stream something, and it's pretty cool. You'll notice that the experience ends up being pretty decent, and you might want to try it. So if you want to, feel free to look for the other video. I even include a promo code in the video so that you can set up one of these cloud machines for free and test it for a few hours for free. And we'll just wait for the game to load up and we'll see what we see. Now even at home, on my computer at home, Battlefront 2 tends to load pretty slowly. And it looks like we're going to want to adjust the resolution potentially. Now anytime that you're streaming with Parsec, it is highly recommended that you stream in a borderless window mode versus full screen. It just helps with the streaming to be smooth and helps to reduce your input lag and things like that. So we'll make tweaks like that. The other tweak that we're looking to make is just to disable any type of overlay effect in the game. So things like bloom and depth of field and stuff like that. Those things can actually slow down your stream as well. So we'll make sure that we're optimizing this to get the smoothest stream possible. And the machine that we're on is using a P5000 Quadro GPU, and it should be plenty to do really anything we want. And I am going to be playing on a controller, so I'm using a controller here at home. And we'll give this a second to catch up. Okay. So you see I'm on the controller at the moment. Now we're going to go up and work on those settings real quick to get the most out of this. So go into video, and we're going to switch from full screen to borderless, and then go back so that it activates, and then yes to keep it. Okay, cool. And then if we scroll down a little bit, we're going to turn off HDR because this machine doesn't use that. We're going to keep DirectX 12 off. VSync is off. Now in the client back at home, I have VSync on in Parsec itself. So that's going to make sure that I get a really smooth experience, but in the game we don't need to have it on. Motion blur I'm not really going to mess with. Film effects we definitely want off. That's an overlay. Film grain is also an overlay. Lens distortion would be an overlay, but that's already off. Resolution scale 100 means that you're going to get resolution that matches the screen that you're using. And we're going to put this on custom. So let's screw down and we'll take a look at these. So quality we can probably put on ultra for that. Filtered we can put on ultra. Lighting is fine to stay on medium. Shadows I'd keep on medium. Effects we're going to put on ultra. Post-process we talked about. That's one of the things that we want to have either low or off. Mesh quality we're going to put on ultra. Terrain quality ultra. Ground cover ultra. Anti-aliasing is probably fine with that. Ambient occlusion we're going to have off. And that should be enough. Alright, so we're going to jump into the play mode, and I'm just going to do arcade first just to make sure that everything, actually, you know what, I forgot one thing. In settings, because I'm using a controller, I will want to adjust the invert. And that's just for me. You don't necessarily have to do that for yourself, that's just how I prefer to play. And we're going to go into play and go into the arcade, and we'll make sure that everything moves along really well. and really any game should be fine. We'll just find one that looks cool. Alright, she's pretty cool. Okay, we can try this one. I don't think I've done the third tier for it, so we'll give this a go. Now, I will say this up front. I don't in any way pretend to be any kind of professional gamer. This video isn't as much about my gameplay or how good I am with the game as it is just showing off what the streaming is like and the quality of the stream and things like that. So I apologize if I suck at the game. Um, that's because I'm not a professional gamer, but I wanted to make sure that you guys had a good idea of what to expect if you set up your own cloud machine, what it could look like for you. Now at home, I've got AT&T Uverse, and my download speed is right about 60, so I should be able to download at exactly the speed that this will work at. So moving around is pretty good. Now I've never played the 3-star for this game. It's pretty hardcore compared to the other modes. Oh man. I'm just kind of playing around with the controls a little bit. And you can play first person if you hold down on the D-pad. Not sure that I like the first person view here quite as much as the other one, so I'll probably switch back. Now we can switch to Yoda, it looks like, so that's awesome. Let's see if he helps me out. Well, he helped a little bit. He did better than I did without him, but he did not last nearly as long as I needed him to. I'm going to switch back to third person. So it looks like in this triple star mode, they don't give you a mini map to kind of see where things are going. Those heavy droids really get at you. See, we're getting better. Looks like they're behind us again. think I want to try the officer. If I remember, I liked. Oh, actually, we can go back to Yoda. We'll come back to the officer if we need to. I really do kind of miss the mini map to know where I need to run in this map to find that enemy. It's definitely the best looking Star Wars game out there for sure. That's cool. I think that's my first 3-star map. Okay, so right now, and I'm gonna do an experiment with you guys real quick. So right now I've got Parsec set to stream on lowest latency, which means that the video streaming quality is going to be the lowest out of all the options in Parsec. So it's really focused on just making things as low input latency as possible, so that they're shooting for it feeling like you're sitting at your computer as much as possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and tweak this a little bit, and we're going to try bumping it up a level in quality, because I haven't tried that yet. And I can tell you from sitting here, and I think you can probably see it to an extent, that it's really smooth. So if when you're playing this, it's really hard to tell that you're not physically sitting at a computer. This is a cloud machine somewhere else and you're streaming it. And it's really hard to know that. It's really hard to see. So I'm going to get out of this for a second and go back to my main computer. And we're going to go into settings in Parsec right here. And if you see, I've got this set to lowest latency for video quality. We're going to bump this up to balanced. And you might have noticed in the stream, and I don't know if you can tell from the video, but you can see some compression when you have lowest latency selected. So that means that it's compressing your video to try to get it to you as smoothly as possible. And so we're going to bump it up a quality level and see how that feels, see if it's really noticeable. I can tell you at home, I can definitely put it on either balanced or highest definition, which is the highest streaming quality, and you can't tell at all. So I'm curious to see if that happens when we try to play this on a server. And I'm going to be looking to see if the video quality for the stream improves to where I can't see any blockiness or any compression artifacts or things like that. So that would be pretty cool. We'll see. It's a cool experiment. So I can say so far, and we haven't done a whole lot yet, but I haven't seen any compression blocks yet, and that's cool. So if the video quality can stay at this level and keep the input latency roughly where it was, I'd be pretty happy with that. Now remember, I didn't really talk about this too much, but when you tweak your stream, you're going to do that on your client, which means that you're doing that on your computer back at home. Alright, so just moving through the menus, it still feels the same, and I am not seeing any compression at all. Alright, we'll do another battle scenario. Let's see, we'll do a dark side this time. So you got Darth Vader. So it's Darth Vader or the Emperor. Interesting. And I've played through all of these scenarios on the easiest setting, so I've done it once. I'm just trying to remember. Yeah, I mean, this is a great game. Oh, actually, you know what? Check it out. I have not done them all. So it looks like I would need to beat this level to unlock the last one. So let's do it. I thought I had beat all these. I guess I have not. So looking on this screen, like before, when you looked at space, you could see some pretty noticeable compression on the dark, on the darker shades. And I don't see much. I see maybe just a little bit. I'll move my mouse for a second. Well, you can't see the mouse. But near the bottom of the screen, I do see just a little bit of blockiness, but it's really, really faint. So definitely an improvement over having it on lowest latency. It was very noticeable that there was a little bit of issues there. Okay, so we're going to equip a card, see if we have a card we can use, which we do not. Okay, well, we're just going to go in and see what we can do. Okay, now I think I actually remember this guy. And I can tell you right now, moving around feels really good. So this guy has the jetpack. Okay. Now this guy, unfortunately, um, does not have a grenade of any sort, which I kind of miss because I honestly use the grenade quite a bit. We'll see if the jetpack is enough to compensate for not having that. Now I'm going to run a little bit. Now with this one, I don't think that there's really any option to unlock a higher character. I think I just got to beat the whole thing with this dude. So looking at my buttons, it looks like the right mouse or the right shoulder button is supposed to kind of go left and right. Okay, where are they? I'm not sure if I really like the jetpack that much. Whoa, that guy really snuck up on me. Man, this guy's not super strong. So if I push the left mouse, I go up. Okay, or the left shoulder, not mouse. See, I don't feel like I have tons of control over his jetpack. Alright, they're all behind me. Oh, he's up on the roof. Man, how'd they get up there? I didn't even think I had anywhere I could go over there. Unless these guys are like jumping off of walls and stuff too. Ah! Well, in terms of streaming, outside of my shitty gameplay, um, quality is really good. And the latency is actually, to be very honest, it feels better to me than it did with the lowest latency option. Alright, I think I beat this. Yeah. So even in spite of my gameplay, it looks like I beat it. So this balanced option is really good. So, as someone that likes to push the envelope, I think we're going to go back one more time. We're going to put it on highest definition and see how it feels then. At least we know that balanced gameplay is a pretty good option, to be honest. So the input latency feels great, and the video quality looks pretty darn decent. So we'll bump it up to the highest video quality level and see how it feels then. Okay. And same as before, we're just quitting Parsec, so closing the stream, going back on the computer at home, so in that client, and video quality, we learned that balance was good. We're going to jump it up to highest definition, go back and play. Okay, so that looks really good. That looks really good again. Very crisp. So this is the highest video quality possible, and we'll see how that streams and how the input latency feels on this setting. I do wish that Star Wars booted up a little bit quicker. Out of all the games that I play, it takes probably the longest to boot up. So that looks really good. That looks really crisp. Alright, cool. So video quality wise, that looks good. Now moving back through here, it still feels good. I'm still pretty impressed. So we're going to go back to arcade. And I think we're going to go to the dark side again, because if I remember correctly, we just unlocked... I thought we unlocked one that was locked before. Wait a minute. So this is Darth Vader. No? Embrace the dark side. Okay, that's interesting. So it looks like Darth Vader or Kylo Ren. I thought we had a Darth Vader up here. Yeah, this one's Darth Vader. Okay. Alright, well let's try it. I haven't played this level yet. So we're going to try the highest streaming quality level and see what that latency feels like. Now, I will say visually, to me anyway, it doesn't visually feel like it's a whole lot different than balanced. So we'll see. We'll see if there's any noticeable change in my input latency from the controller. Because on balanced, the controller felt just as if I was sitting in front of the computer at home playing natively on that computer at home. Oh, okay. So it looks like I can kind of pick any hero I want here. I like that. Alright. It's different. Okay. Do I have any cards for him? No. Alright, we'll go with Vader. Okay. Now I'm seeing a little bit of blockiness right now, but input latency wise, feels really good. Now I'm not sure why I'm getting the latency. I think with this, if I die, I'm just going to try a different hero with each death. So I'm getting a little bit of latency, and I'm not sure if that's a result of asking too much of it. That's cool that you can reflect their attacks back at them if you get the reticule centered correctly. Alright. I think I'm about to die. I did my best. Threw my sword out there as a last shot. Okay. So we did him. Who's that? I'll admit I don't know all the characters. What is the? So he does lightning? Let's do the Emperor. Alright, we'll roll with that. Oh my goodness. See, this doesn't feel as good as having a lightsaber, because the lightsaber, oh, but I win, so I'll take it. The lightsaber, you can reflect a lot of those shots back, so I guess that Palpatine just is more of a bullet sponge. Okay, so my gut feeling from playing it this way is that, like, in these menus, everything looks the best possible, but when in actual gameplay, I did see some artifacting, and to be honest, I think I saw more artifacting than I did on the balance setting. So I think moving forward, I'm going to put it back on balance, because I think, at least for streaming from this cloud server across the internet, I think that gave me my best quality possible out of the three that I experienced. So lowest latency took away too much video quality. On balanced, I had a good combination of video quality and low latency. And then on that highest definition setting, I still had really good latency. So I think they still prioritized that to an extent, but there was more compression, and I think you guys probably could see that. I think that was fairly noticeable in the video. But that's basically it. I just wanted to demonstrate that to you guys. I'm gonna set this back to balanced before I forget, so that the next time I'm ready to play, we do that. And so that's really all that there is to it. And hopefully you're as impressed with that experience as I was, because that really felt just as good as streaming at home. Felt pretty much as good as sitting down at the computer itself and playing natively on it. Now what I'm doing really quick is before I forget, I'm going to shut down that computer. So this is the gaming computer that I was just on, so I'm going to shut it down. That way my billing stops and I don't pay for time that I'm not actually gaming. And we'll let that finish. So that's really it. Like I said, I hope you guys were impressed with that. I absolutely do think it's worth your time. Um, like I said, go check out my other video. There is a code in that video for $10 worth of credit with Paperspace. That's enough to set up storage. It's enough to set up a couple hours of gameplay. So you can definitely experience this for free for yourself and see if it's a match for your needs. Keep in mind that you can use Parsec from a lot of devices, so it works on Raspberry Pi, works on Linux, works on Android, works on Windows like we experienced today, works on Mac. And so you really have a lot of flexibility in picking something as your gaming machine at home. And that's basically it. So we've shut down the machine, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to leave any feedback or comments in the comment section below. Let me know what you thought. So as we worked through those three different quality settings, what did you see? So did you feel like balanced was kind of the best like I did? Or did you feel like one of the other two was a little bit better looking to you? Or, what were your thoughts? So feel free to leave comments below. And if you have any questions, I'll answer them. And until next time, you guys have a good one.